employer support of the Guard and Reserve. Employer support of the Guard and Reserve is kind of a long handle, so we go by our initials, ESGR. ESGR is a volunteer organization that was established by the Department of Defense in 1972. Our mission is to help create a culture in which military service is valued by every civilian employer in the United States. We do that in three main ways. First, we recognize the outstanding support that many civilian employers already provide to their Guard and Reserve employees. Second, we educate both employer and Guard and Reserve employee about their respective rights and responsibilities under the federal law that governs the employment of Guardsmen and Reservists in the civilian workplace. And third, because we're dealing with organizations, both military and civilian, that are filled with human beings, sometimes things go wrong, and we have an ombudsman service that can help resolve conflicts like that when they do arise through an informal mediation process. It is no accident that the first one of those taskings is to recognize. ESGR loves to assist Guardsmen and Reservists with saying thank you to their civilian employer for the support of their Guard and Reserve service. Most of you know Kyle as one of your employees. The Department of Defense knows him too as Petty Officer Kyle Scace with BR 61 in the Aircraft Squadron at Washington State. Kyle wanted to say thank you to one person in particular at Buist Electric, and that person is Brad Kuipers. And which one of you is, all right, closest to me, you're just right, just in the right seat. ESGR asks the nominating reservist, why is it that the person you nominated you consider worthy for this award? And this is what Kyle wrote about you and the company. I'm newer at this company and they do not have another reserve member that I know of. I had to notify my boss of upcoming annual training and the Navy's flight time requirements, because he's an aircrew, right? When I asked the best way to take time off, the answer was, take as much time as you need, don't worry about it, we've got you covered. He later came and asked if I would be, if there would be any pay gap between what the Navy would be paying me and what I currently get from Buist. I said, unfortunately, yes. He then smiled and said that after talking to our CEO, Buist would also cover that difference as well, because they felt like it was the right thing to do. I was blown away by Brad and the company's immediate view of supporting me with the Navy operations without even hesitation or thought of how it would affect the bottom line. This small example shows how without current company policy in place, without having to check a million things, they opted to help in support of the country. Wish all employers had the values this company does. And so, Mr. Kuipers, if you would, as we say in the military, front and center. This is the Patriot Award, and I'll read it. It's real brief. The Office of the Secretary of Defense Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve recognizes Brad Kuipers of Buist Electric as a patriotic employer for contributing to national security and protecting liberty and freedom by supporting employee participation in America's National Guard and Reserve Force, signed in Washington by the ESGR National Chair and National Executive Director. Would you like to say anything before I actually shake hands and do it?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I just got to say thank you to you and to Buist. It's been an awesome change of pace. I can't tell you the amount of times where it's just an immediate butting of heads, especially when there's any sort of dollar associated. And it was nice to see the immediate, it's like, hey, we'll support you and everything else, and it was greatly appreciated.
We appreciate you. Brad, the Secretary of Defense takes pleasure in presenting you with the Patriot Award.
Thank you.